Welcome back, Armorheads. This is Screen Polo, where every suit has a story, and every story has a target. Meet Victor Von Doom, better known as Dr. Doom. He first appears in Fantastic Four Chapter 5 in 1962, a genius inventor and a sorcerer from Latveria. A terrible accident gave him a scarred face, so he hid it behind the armor. He blends science and magic, always aiming for control. His goal? To rule his country, and maybe the world. He's ruthless, but sometimes Doom surprises us by doing the right thing. Alright, so in the Doom comic, Triumph and Torment, something extraordinary happened. This story is kinda slept on, but it shows Doom at his most human and heroic form. Here's the setup. In every generation, the Sorcerer Supreme must be tested. Doctor Strange wins the title again, but something weird happens. Victor Von Doom is chosen to receive a blessing too. So now we've got Strange and Doom standing side by side, and Doom goes, "Cool, now help me save my mom's soul from literal hell." Yup, Doom's been carrying this guilt for years. His mother, Cynthia Von Doom, was a sorceress. She made a deal with Mephisto, Marvel's version of the devil, and it backfired, and her soul got trapped in Mephisto's realm. So Doom wants to save her, not to gain power, not for ego, just to fix what went wrong. He's actually been planning this moment for a long time. But now he needs Strange's help. And surprisingly, Strange agrees. They go deep into hell. It's full on demons, fire, illusions, and mental traps. Mephisto's throwing everything at them, and at one point, Mephisto offers Doom a dirty deal. He can save his mother's soul, but only if he betrays Doctor Strange and leaves him behind. Now, this is Doom, the guy who's betrayed everyone from Reed Richards to his own people. But here, he doesn't. Doom refuses the deal. Instead, he fakes it. He pretends to accept Mephisto's offer to distract him, while secretly using a magical artifact to free his mother's soul. Cynthia gets released from eternal torture. But what's the twist? She doesn't even recognize her son. She's free, but disappointed. She sees Doom as no better than Mephisto. And you know what Doom does? He lets her go. He doesn't beg. He doesn't argue. He just says goodbye. That moment right there, letting her go instead of forcing her to love him again, that's when Doom became something more than a villain. He chose her freedom over his ego. He lost everything, but still won the moral fight. That's the kind of story that makes you rethink who Dr. Doom really is. You ever open a comic and just go, wait, Doom's doing what now? Yeah, that's this one. So here's what's going on. After the events of Civil War II, Tony Stark is basically out of the picture. He's in a coma. The world's a mess, and out of nowhere, Victor Von Doom steps up and says, "Okay, I'm Iron Man now." No announcement. At first, everyone thinks it's a trick. But Doom is serious. He's out here stopping villains, saving lives, protecting people, like actually trying to do good. He even saves Maria Hill from a magic-wielding bad guy. And the whole time, he's not doing it for fame or power. He's doing it because he wants to change. Now, here's the cool part. He uses a mix of Stark's tech and his own magic. So, instead of repulsor blasts and flying around, it's like Iron Man, but haunted, quiet, and calculating. It's weirdly perfect. But people don't trust him. S.H.I.E.L.D. keeps trying to arrest him. The Thing comes after him. Even some villains think he's lost his mind. There's this one moment that hits hard. Doom's talking to Tony's AI, and it asks him, "Why are you doing this?" And Doom goes, "Because no one else will." It's not about redemption for him. It's about responsibility. He sees a hole where Stark used to be, and he fills it, not for praise, but because he can. By the end of the series, you can tell, Doom's still Doom, still proud, still dangerous. But underneath all that, there's someone trying, not pretending, not manipulating, actually trying to be better. It's messy, and it's uncomfortable, but it's real, and honestly, it's one of the best Doom stories out there. Of all the ways Dr. Doom could show up in a Fantastic Four story, you probably didn't expect him to be holding a baby. But that's exactly what happens here. Reed Richards is missing in action. Sue Storm is pregnant and going into labor. Things are complicated. It's not just a normal birth, there are risks, and Reed isn't around to help. So who steps up? Victor Von Doom. He shows up in the Baxter building, not as an enemy, not as a conqueror, but as a doctor. And not just any doctor, a brilliant one. He mixes his knowledge of science and sorcery to guide the delivery. He's calm, focused, professional. He's got that classic Doom confidence, but here it's being used to save a life instead of taking one. Sue trusts him. That's maybe the wildest part. She doesn't scream, she doesn't fight, she lets him help. He delivers the baby safely. And then he names her. He chooses the name Valeria. Now, why that name? Because once, long ago, Doom loved someone named Valeria. She was one of the few people who saw him as more than a power-hungry tyrant. Naming Sue's daughter after her, that was personal. That was Doom showing vulnerability in the only way he knows how. And get this, Reed hates it. He's furious when he finds out Doom was there, but Sue defends him. She says he saved them. And from that point on, Valeria becomes close to Doom. She even calls him Uncle Doom. She trusts him more than she trusts a lot of other heroes. Ever wonder what would happen if Doom just took over the world? Like really took over? Well, that's exactly what goes down in Emperor Doom. This story kicks off with Doom using his magic and technology to control the minds of basically everyone on Earth. He doesn't mess around. He's the ruler now, the Emperor. At first, that sounds super scary, right? Because it is. Mind control isn't exactly the most ethical thing. But here's the twist. Under his rule, crime disappears. Wars stop. People get what they need. Society actually improves. Sounds like a dream, huh? But it's a forced peace. No one's free to choose. Only Doom decides what's best, no questions asked. Some heroes aren't having it. They try to fight back. But Doom's power is insane. His control is nearly absolute. So why is this story even on a list about Doom being heroic? Because for a moment, he saved the world from chaos. He made it safer. He created order where there was none. It's a scary kind of heroism, because it takes away freedom. But it also shows Doom's side. The part that's willing to do whatever it takes to protect his people, even if it means becoming the bad guy. At the end, the heroes break free from his control. Doom loses his empire. But this story makes you think, maybe, sometimes, there isn't a clear right or wrong. Doom isn't just a villain or a hero. He's someone who believes his way is the only way, even if that way is hard to accept. So picture this. The entire Mavel multiverse is collapsing. Worlds are crashing into each other. Reality itself is breaking down. Chaos everywhere. And in the middle of all this madness, Dr. Doom. But Doom's not sitting back, watching it all fall apart. Nope, he's stepping up like a boss. He does something wild. He kills the Beyonders. Yeah, those all-powerful cosmic beings causing the destruction. Doom takes their power for himself. Now, he's basically God. With that power, he doesn't just stand by. He creates a whole new world, battle world, made from pieces of destroyed realities. This new world isn't perfect, it's a patchwork. But it exists, it's stable, it's a chance to save what little's left. He becomes Battleworld's God Emperor. He rules with an iron fist, but also with the goal of protecting this fragile new reality. The heroes don't love it. Many resist him, but without Doom's power and vision, everything would be gone for good. This story shows Doom at his most powerful and most complicated. He's not the guy you want ruling the world, but maybe, in this case, he's the only one who can, and it's very Doom. Alright, here's a story that shows Doom's smarter and kinder side, if you can believe it. In Bloodhunt, Doom is up against a group called the Hell Lords, basically supernatural criminals messing with the balance of power. But Doom's not about to let some mystical gang terrorize Latveria or the world. So what does he do? He goes on a one-man mission to hunt these bad guys down. But here's the twist. Doom isn't just hunting for revenge or power. He's trying to protect innocent people from getting caught in the crossfire. Along the way, Doom shows off not just his fighting skills, but his strategic mind. He uses magic, tech, and pure brains to outsmart enemies way more powerful than him. There's also a moment where Doom shows real respect for his opponents, even offering mercy when it's earned. This isn't the Doom who just destroys everything in his path. It's the Doom who takes responsibility for his world and keeps it safe by any means necessary. In Bloodhunt, you see a Doom who's not a hero in the classic sense, but definitely a hero to his people. So yeah, maybe Doom isn't just the bad guy after all. If you enjoyed this side of him, there's way more where that came from. Let me know your favorite Doom moment in the comments. And hey, if you're into comics, villains, or just weird what-if stories, you're in the right place. Until next time, stay upgraded, stay legendary.